Hey guys, welcome to another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Lara Croft's deadly obsession. So this is my character analysis video for her for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and let's get straight into it. In the intro of the game, we can already see our protagonist in a wild situation trapped in a cave, with a jacked up leg and everything too. But being clever and witty, you know this cookie gets her way out. Upon arrival to her destination, we can see the amazement she gets when she reaches it. But that's not the only thing we can see. When the cave starts collapsing because that bomb was detonated, we can see that she has a deadly obsession with finding tombs and relics, trying to take all those pictures when you should be moving. This new obsession is actually an upgrade to her interests ever since her journey from Yamatai.
I hate tombs.
Aren't you supposed to be Tomb Raider? Ever since Tomb Raider 2013, this new obsession has become a negative domino effect for the people around Lara. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, she pretty much starts the apocalypse. Yes, Lara started 2020. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we're actually able to see disapproval of Lara's actions against other people. Really just Jonah.
No one is safe! Not if he gets the box first! I have to go! I'm the only one!
You're the only one that can what? You don't know that you caused all this, Lara! Not everything is about you!
In the midst of getting disapproval from somebody that's close to you, we're actually able to see a hint of selfish ambition. Like, Lara was ready to go get the box that she needed rather than soak in everything that she just caused catastrophe related. She don't even know how to start the conversation after the stuff she just did. And the first thing she mentions is relics and tombs and stuff. Come on, bro. I've also noted that in the game, her and Dominguez actually have a lot in common in terms of their motivations. They both actually have selfish ambition, but it's actually Lara being the one that actually grows from that.
No. The threat must be removed.
You're a low, selfish, murdering coward.
And you, Lara? How many lives have you ended? In pursuit of what?
Since the game focuses heavy on Lara's feelings since Trinity ruined her family, it's actually revealed that Dominguez was the person who put the hit out on her father.
He used to see the potential for destruction in his work. He had to be stopped.
You had him killed.
A common thing that's been among the trilogy is Lara putting other people in danger for her own ambition. You can really see this heavy in Jonah. I don't know how many times in the trilogy this man almost died from hanging around Lara. I could say one thing about Jonah though is he is loyal AF, and Lara has to be cutting that man a nice check for all the things he's done. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it seems like some of the key characters in the game happen to die, and maybe it's from associating themselves with Lara, and maybe it's just not. But I do know that Unaratu associating herself with Lara could have led to her dying by Wark. However you say the dude's name. Maybe he would have pulled up anyways. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we're actually able to see deeper into the relationship that Lara and Jonah have. In the cutscenes of the game, they often share with each other their deep motivations, and they talk about what they would do with divine power and how they would change the world, or even if they'll change it at all. No friendship is perfect, and you can definitely see that Lara and Jonah definitely argue in this game.
Panic, probably.
You wouldn't go back to when your brother was alive and be with him again.
And lose everything else? No way.
Even though Lara's ambition to find all these tombs and relics her father's been looking for sometimes isn't healthy for her or her relationships, you can tell she has genuine passion to find tombs and relics, and she appreciates the sophistication and the culture that's in them, even to the point where she'll help a blind traveler and explore the tomb for that person and tell them exactly what was inside of it.
I hope you've shined up those dancing shoes, Manu.
I found the ruin. It was Maya, an ancient aqueduct. It was wonderful, just as you'd imagined.
I knew you would.
Lara's ambition often leads her into getting involved with certain societies' politics. She does help them with a good conscience, but you have to question if she's only helping them because they're connected to an artifact, and because Trinity is extorting the locals to find the artifact, and she doesn't want Trinity to find the artifacts first. In a lot of cutscenes and a lot of accepting missions, you can see Lara's confidence, but then going into battle and things like that, especially when she tells Etsy, however you say his name, that she'll retrieve the box before Dominguez completes the ritual, which pretty much means she's gonna fight the final boss.
Your Highness.
Lara. Where's the box? But the death of the sun draws near.
We'll get it back before he completes the ritual.
This will not be easy. We'll have to adjust the plan.
The crazy thing is the new king of Petiti, Etsy, is like stressed out. But when you actually look at Lara, she's calm and collected, full of confidence, ego on 100, ain't worried about nothing. In the game that we can see Lara being smart and intelligent as she's always been since the first game, having real in the field results, and taking out many Trinity high-ranking members, you can see that even Dominguez respects her. Shadow of the Tomb Raider explores Lara's feelings of desolation since she lost her family to Trinity more than all the other games did. Though I feel like the writers tried to force this theme into the game a little bit too much, we can see that Lara blames Trinity for a lot of things. But honestly, who wouldn't in her situation, especially for how long they've been manipulating her family?
Sorry I lost the box.
It's not your fault. It's Dominguez. It's Trinity. All the way back, as far as I can remember, it's always been them. I could have had a family.
If you don't know how long Trinity actually been manipulating Lara's family, go watch my video called Why Rise of the Tomb Raider supporting characters are better than you remember, and go to the Anna section and Lord Croft section. Anyways, the game tries to repeat this theme with Unarantu's son as he loses his mom and her father, and Lara even admits that he deals with the situation better than she does. I don't even know the dude's name. Etsy. There we go. So in this cutscene, Lara's in the water and she's in a very reflective state. We can see that she's thinking about her motivations, and that's that flashback when Jonah was like, "You're the only one who can do what?" And let's keep it a buck, y'all. You know when your friends doubt you, that's like a huge motivator. And it's also the type of words that hurt you the most. But whatever happened, something clicked in her mind and she was like completely committed to whatever she wanted to achieve at that time. When she decides to pursue Trinity, you can tell they're frightened and they're scared.
Hide from me, Rourke. You are fucking dead.
That type of energy she gave Rourke, she never gave anybody else in the trilogy thus far that same energy. And Rourke was actually the person that could have sniped her at the end of Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I know she wants all that smoke. After dealing with Trinity, we can see that Lara has a full breakdown. She's probably full of so many different type of emotions. One, she probably thought Jonah was dead and he just walks out all fine. But more importantly, she finally realizes that so many people are being negatively affected by her actions. You can see her frustrated and yelling about not knowing where the riddle leads to, and frustrated at the fact that she couldn't retrieve the box. But her big brain ass does a Jimmy Neutron and she instantly figures out where to go.
I don't know, Jonah!
You know, a lot of people say Lara doesn't have a sense of humor and she's dry, but there is evidence that she definitely does have a sense of humor in Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Lara,
What?
Abby said not to break anything.
I'm not breaking it. I'm restoring the original. If you hadn't dragged me out, I'd still be in there taking pictures.
You'd still be in there. Don't know if you'd be doing much.
Jonah.
Is that the shield? Yeah, I don't even want to know why you're burning that. I'm just glad you made it back. Again.
In the beginning of the game, we can kind of see Lara in a sense of denial during her first confrontation with Dominguez, and even Dominguez gives her disapproval for taking that relic as it starts catastrophes, and Lara just read the Mayan hieroglyphics that says it starts catastrophes, so she's definitely in a sense of denial.
The apocalypse. The death of the sun.
You're lying.
Lara, you felt it when you took the key.
Tremors are common.
A tsunami is coming, and this is the first of many catastrophes you're doing.
You would have done the same.
Though a lot of characterization is not surface value in this game, you kind of have to look in between the lines and dive deep. We can see that Lara evolved from a survivor to somebody who's confident in their skill and now has a deadly obsession. Even the hardest difficulties in Tomb Raider 2013 and Rise were called Survivor. Even if you explore the audio logs in Rise, one of the audio logs have Laura's father talking about how she's a survivor. And now in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we can see that she has a deadly obsession. Are you guys starting to see a trend here? You guys remember this?
I don't think I'm that kind of Croft.
Yes. Yes, you are. Towards the end of the game, we actually see her character evolve from trying to find all the secret artifacts and stuff to actually protecting Patiti, which means maybe the deadly obsession went away.
It's not just about Trinity anymore.
No. Now it's for Paititi.
And even in the ending, she says the mysteries of the world were meant to cherish and not to solve. So who knows what the sequel is going to be like. I feel like with this game, a lot of the characterization should have been more upfront in the game because I definitely had to kind of dive deep. And more characterization of Lara should have been more relevant in the game too, because I kind of feel like this game had an identity crisis. If you were casually playing this game, a lot of the things I mentioned could have went over your head. Like, I felt like they tried to use the Trinity ruined her family card too much. Like, they didn't articulate it right. They didn't make it as fluid into the story as it could have been. It's like they should have focused on maybe other things, like her deadly obsession and her selfish ambition. But, cool story, cool game, cool character. You know, a lot of people be saying this character just whines and cries, but when you actually look at the things she does way more than just that. Don't believe me? Then go check out my other two Lara Croft character analysis videos. If you point out one thing about the character, then you gotta point out the other things about him too. It's how you be objective. I'll probably do other small videos for the trilogy. I might do a supporting characters character analysis video. I think we're gonna dive into the Legend timeline and we're gonna look at that. We'll see what type of content I'll make for that. And you guys already know what time it is. I'm gonna switch it up on y'all. Catch y'all next video.